Porn Stars Are People podcast. I'm Dan Frigolette. I'm here with Vicky Vixxx. How are you?
Hey, I'm good.
You are the first repeated human being on an episode of the Porn Stars Are People podcast.
I feel special.
This is exciting. Yeah. and I like how much, because I've been like kind of a dick about like I want it to be. You know, it's like your virginity. Like you want it to be like special,
Right?
And just like everything else, it's like you just hit me up like an hour ago, and you're like, "Oh, yeah, I'm around."
Hey.
And I was like,
by
"Fuck
the
it,
way.
let's do it." Yeah.
Let's do it.
So it's nothing planned, but we figured it out.
That's how it
So
works.
where are we? Can we? You're not going to be here when this thing comes out, so you can tell us
No
where.
matter.
So we're where?
We're in New Brunswick,
we're
New
New
Jersey.
Brunswick, New
This
Jersey.
is the second of my third stops on this little tour.
Yeah. What's this tour? What's the framework of this?
So every once in a while, when I get a chance to travel, I just pick a couple of spots and book sessions and shoots. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you just So it's like I think we all hide behind these words, and I'm always like, yeah, I know what those words mean. But what does that mean? Are you out here punishing people, or what's the thing? Like, what's the actual?
Yes and no. I do both dominatrix and fetish sessions.
Okay.
So not all the sessions that I do are dominatrix style.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just foot fetish. Sometimes it's tickling. Sometimes it's wrestling.
Okay.
And stuff like that.
Yeah, I can't remember. I think it was Gia Love has like a really intense wrestling schedule.
I love her. She does. She
Yeah.
does a lot of the face sitting and
Yeah.
like the competitive stuff.
Yeah, so first time I met her, I came in and it's just like, and there was like a thing on the wall, and we're like, fuck it, let's. I think we used it as the backdrop. Actually, was the mat. She has a mat that she brought.
Yes.
That's
she's
great.
cool.
So yeah, so what else? So what's going on in the world? What's It's been a couple years, right? So I think we're in a completely different political regime than we were. It's a
Yeah.
much different world than it
Yes.
was. How do you
Yes.
feel about the world right now?
The world is fucked. I'm honestly like.
Don't mince your words, yeah.
I'm kind of pissed that I wasn't born in the 70s or 80s
right?
because
No, you would just be an angrier older person.
right, but like now I'm raising a child in
Yeah.
this world, and
Right.
it's like, what in the fuck?
Wait, you saying you weren't born in the 80s?
Okay, I was born in the 80s. I was born in the 80s, but I didn't grow up in the 80s.
I had
kind
the
of,
idea that we were about the same age. Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm gonna be 30 something.
Yeah. But I'm gonna be 30 something as
January.
well. Yeah.
I'm 30 until I'm 40, and once I'm 40,
Yeah.
that's cool because then I'm
Yeah.
gonna be a cougar.
I
can't wait to do
Here's
that.
where I'm at. I'm on the north side of 30, so I'm just starting to tell people now that I'm 40, just so it's easier.
Yeah.
So like whenever it's a thing, I'm like, look, I'm a 40-year-old man. What do you want me to do? Like whenever it's like could be like an excuse, you know?
Oh my God, you're 40. You look so
starting there.
young.
So I used to. This is what's fucked up. Is in my mid-20s, people would ask me how old I was, and I would say 41 as a joke. Now I say 41, and it's a little too close. No, it's too close. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're
So
getting
now
up there, Dan.
Yeah, now it's hurting. Now it's hurting. No, all you gotta do is I learned it from what's the guy's name? What's the Kiran, the guy who insured his penis for $1 million.
The porn star.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I noticed that he's got to have 10 years on me. So I noticed that
Yeah.
him and Mick Blue, they just started wearing their fade higher and higher.
Yes.
Because they're getting silver. So
Oh
that's
my
it. That's
God.
my new move. Is I just wear the fade up
Look,
high.
there's nothing wrong with a silver fox, honey.
I know, but yeah.
I
but
like a little
no,
salt
but then
and
I look
pepper
at my
in the
bank
hair.
account and I go, no, I got to be 27 for a couple more
What's your
rolls.
beard look like if you grow it out, though? That's the real test.
No, so far I'm good on the beard. Yeah,
Good.
it's slowly creeping into the sideburns. That's where I'm at. Yeah.
I noticed you were wearing it a little
So
bit
the sideburns
higher.
go higher and higher. Yeah. Well,
Pretty soon you're
well,
just
plus
gonna have
it's just LeBron. No, so now plus I go to a black barber, so they know what's up.
Oh,
So I'm like,
yeah.
oh no,
They
you're
do
get in
that
there.
high
Yeah.
and tight fade.
Get in there.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yep.
So yeah, this is cool. So I don't know. What do you feel about New Brunswick? This is mostly like Rutgers town.
Yes, I just got here today. Actually, I have a funny story
It's a swanky
about
hotel.
Rutgers. So, oh my gosh, it was probably back in, I want to say like 2013. Probably 2013.
By the way, this is how you know you're in your 30s is because you're speaking in years now. Right? When we were in our 20s, we were like,
Right.
couple years
couple
ago.
years ago, yeah.
And
No.
now it's like, the year was 19.
Don't remember exactly when.
Yeah.
So it was like around 2013,
Yeah.
whatever. I was here at the Exotica show in
Right.
Edison, New Jersey.
Yeah.
You know, they have it in Edison every year. And me and a friend of mine who is a cam model, she happens to be a little bit older. We'll call her a cougar.
Okay.
She, let's just say she likes trolling for cock.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like a a
For young
cougar.
cock.
Young
Yeah,
cock.
yeah. Okay, I see.
So somebody suggested that we go
Let's
to
go
this
to the
little
campus.
hole-in-the-wall bar by Rutgers.
Yeah.
And we go in, and you know, I could pass as a normal girl, I guess.
What's it? What do you mean a normal girl? Wait. Finish the sentence so that I know what were the bounds of what we're saying.
She looks like a porn star.
Okay.
Like,
Right.
definite porn star, like long blonde hair, big
Tits
fucking
out.
tits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
not
Hot
wearing a
as
lot of
fuck,
clothes,
little
can't really
bit
understand
older.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. And so we go there, and we were like, I mean, it was almost immediate. Like, the girls left, and all the guys
No
stayed,
shit.
and we just fucking ran with it.
No
it
shit.
It was crazy. Yeah, we ended up meeting up with yeah, I'm not gonna get into that.
No, you just started the story. No,
Well,
the story
we
now.
started getting a little crazy.
Yeah,
we
you
met
hooked
this
up with
guy.
some children.
We ended up in his like little one studio room apartment.
No shit.
Just
one dude?
talking- One dude.
No shit.
Yeah, nothing fun happened.
No?
you know, but
Well, I don't
He
even know
had
the
some
bounds of that. What does that mean?
party favors for us. So
Oh, that's cool. No college threesome for this kid.
no,
That's a bummer.
I know. What the
That's a
fuck, man?
bummer.
But
What
it
was
was
the
a
what
good
was the
time.
problem? Why didn't it escalate?
You know, I don't know. It was late. I can't really remember. It was years ago.
I can't figure out how to navigate that circumstance because I've only ever really. My history is like kidding with girls who end up being possessive and jealous. So I only know
Welcome to my life.
what it's like to be like obsessed over.
Yeah.
Right. So this is like my crutch. It's like like this is my my neuroses. It's like if the girl's not like throwing herself at me, I'm not clear what's going on.
Right. You're
So
like,
I've been in these situations before where it's like there's two girls and I can't tell what to do, so I just bail.
yeah.
Right? It's like maybe it's both of them, maybe it's one of them, but then I'm like so worried that I'm going to offend the other one.
Yeah,
I'm going to
right.
pick the wrong one, right? So then I bail.
Yeah.
Like it happened once where I went on a
Hold on, are you actually saying that you're thinking with that head?
Yeah, I'm a very I was almost in a
One of a kind, Dan.
I know
One of a kind.
that's a problem. Two dudes tried to fight me last night, and the whole time I'm in this almost fight, I'm just trying to walk home, and these guys like pretended like I dropped their pizza down or something, and so these guys are trying to fight me, and I'm closer to 40, and I'm like I'm just not interested in. I've never been a fighter.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna run.
Right.
I'm gonna say a bunch of irrational shit that's like kind of intimidating.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna like start it, right? But I'm
Yeah.
not gonna back down either.
Right.
But I don't want to be in the fight. So the whole time the fight's going on, my brain keeps recalculating. You're seeing like
Right.
Sherlock Holmes?
Yes.
And I'm not calculating like where to hit him so that he
Right.
like fall. You know what I mean? I'm like
You're just wondering the next
I'm
fucked up thing to say.
recalculating what the bounds of So like in my pocket, I'm like, okay, cool. If I really want to escalate this fight, then I say something about how I'm gonna fuck their two girls if they don't,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
Like that's so I
definitely.
know that I have that. So I got that in my pocket,
Those are
and then I got this
definitely
other
fighting
thing where I'm
words.
like, I have some value in Hoboken because I run a festival there. So
Right.
like, if the cops come, I'm good, and they're not. So like, then
Right.
so I got this other piece of leverage that I'm like, I'm gonna use this maybe. So I just kept recalculating. So then now like they're taking shit out of my pockets and throwing it on the ground. So they don't really
What?
want to start the fight.
This
They're
was
taking-
last
Yeah,
night?
they're taking my hat, and I'm like, I already had the worst night anyway. So I'm already like, so then half of me's going, okay, this is the reason.
Going
like, I
down.
should just hit this. Yeah. I should just hit but then I'm like, now I don't know how many of these dudes there are. I'm looking around to see if there's anybody in Hoboken that I know that's
Yeah.
around.
Get your
Right?
back.
Like in my head, literally, I'm like, if there's just one other person I know that has my back, then fuck it.
Right.
I'm just gonna be a fighter tonight. But yeah, so I ended up working my way out of it. But it was like, yeah, no, I'm always like recalculating and overthinking. Whether it's like a potential
I'm an
threesome
overthinker
or
too.
a fight.
I am an overthinker, I have to say. You know, and it can go either way. Sometimes it's good,
Yeah.
you know, because you process things, you think about them, you know, and sometimes it's not that great because some things are overthought that don't need to be overthought, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So my problem mostly was like the next 3 hours after the fight was where I'm at home replaying everything, right?
And you're like, damn, I could have said this. I could have done
Yeah,
this.
it's
I
like,
should've done
yeah.
this.
And then because like, I mean, the height of the thing was like, we were face to face and I wasn't really backing down, but he just kept like taking my shit. Like he just kept, and so like eventually I just
No,
ended up
did he take it?
Yeah, he just kept
Or
taking
he gave it back?
Yeah, well, I took it back. So that's what I mean. It's like he would like take my hand, and I'd be like, I snatch it back and
Right.
put it back on my head. But it's like I put it back on my head, then he takes it, or his friend
That
takes it.
seems so elementary.
It was.
Maybe they were gay and they liked
such,
you.
It was such a.
That's what it seems like to me.
this is what everybody it's so funny when women want to make everything homophobic. But no, it's no.
That's what they do.
It's so funny. So no, my favorite
remember
part.
You like pick on somebody that you.
Well,
really
this is another thing I want to talk about. But this is the other thing that I thought was really funny because once I finally got out and I was gone, like I had literally at that point I put all my shit in my bag so that nobody could grab my shit so that I don't have because I was trying to figure out what his like moral code was the whole time.
Right.
Because it was like what because he's not hitting me. And he's had a couple opportunities to hit me, right? And because I've pushed him and I've shoved my way out of the corner,
right?
And I'm like I'm not back. I'm clear that I'm not gonna fight and I'm not gonna buy a slice of pizza, but I'm not. But I'm also like not like if he was gonna hit me, he would have hit me by now. So he's got something where he's gonna. So he keeps shaking my shit and slamming it on the ground so that I hit him, so that he. Right. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. So he was trying to instigate you to hit him
right,
first. So
right. And then God knows how many of his friends.
Right.
I have no idea who's around.
And now they're the witnesses that you.
Not even that.
First.
No. They're just gonna come in and pile on. I'm sure. Right. But so then as I'm finally gone now, and I got all my shit, so I'm happy, and I'm gone. The dude who was like the like sidekick who was like egging other dude on was then making all these claims like, oh, he's 30, can't even afford to buy you pizza, and he's like, he's got a stupid haircut, and it's like all this like weird like projection shit, and like everything that they were saying I was like taking as like a compliment then.
Right. I
was like, this guy like somehow this guy like pinged who I was.
Right.
Like to a T. In his like attempt to like demean me. I was like, no, that's me.
That's great.
That's me. I'm 30 years old. I don't want to buy you a slice of pizza,
haircut.
and I got a nice haircut. Thank you. You know what I mean? It was this weird thing.
Oh
but back to this other thing. The flirting and flirting fighting thing is really aggressive at this point in 2000 and whatever the fuck 19.
Yeah.
Are you single?
I am single.
Do you try to date?
No, not really. I'm not like really focused on that. I've never been the type of person to like feel like I need a man or jump from relationship to relationship.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like more standoffish. And I think that has a lot to do with me being a single mom and having a business, right? So like I got all my shit together.
Right.
For me, getting into a relationship isn't necessarily an asset.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's more of, okay, now I've got to, what do I have to take my time away from to give to this relationship?
Right. And what other things do I have to do? What do I have to change about me so that they're comfortable now?
Right. And I feel like I am really picky when it comes to men too, because I don't need them for anything.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So why would I settle for less than what I'm looking for?
Right. Yeah, so I end up in both those places where it's like, okay, I don't deal like as soon as there's any sign of shenanigans, I'm out. But then also, I think I've been like off cast. I told you some stuff that happened to me at the beginning of the year, which I think has to do with how I'm dating now, which is this thing where it's like I think I'm like aggressively disqualifying people in a not nice way.
You're like, oh, crooked tooth. Dumb.
Not even
Done.
that. I'm like confronting.
She spelled
them.
something wrong in her Tinder profile. Boom.
Yeah.
Done.
Like, I'll match with everybody, get all the phone numbers, and then I will aggressively like if there's any inconsistencies, just be like, hey, why is this thing inconsistent?
Right.
And then we'll end up arguing about it to the point where they're like, oh, I don't want to meet up with you anymore. And I don't know how much of that I'm
like
doing.
With dating sites and stuff like that, I feel like there's no point in texting or emailing or like talking back and forth.
Just meet up.
Back and forth. Just meet up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't drag it out because look, now if you meet up with them and you realize it's not working, now you've just wasted all that time.
Right.
Right?
Right. Yeah, but there's still steps. It's like, look,
wait.
there's still steps. It's like I don't want to meet. I don't want to go straight from the app to the meetup. Like, give me your phone number.
Yeah.
Let's coordinate and then meet up. Right?
Right.
It's just if
you
you're not
ask them for a picture or something like that, so you know it's them.
No. This is the this always works. Is you go to the worst picture that they have on their profile. That's them.
Yeah.
That's what they look. That's who's gonna show up on the date.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Jeez, I don't know. I always say, hey, can you send me a picture? I need one for your contact icon.
Yeah, that's fun. I like that one too. Yeah. I do that too.
So it's not like,
well,
hey, send me a selfie.
This is the thing. It's like even like the tiniest things. They'll be like, oh, what's your last name? And they're like, what are you gonna Google me? It's like, honestly, I'm not gonna Google you.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just think it's silly to just have the name like Kim.
Yeah.
In my phone by itself.
Perfect Princess 24.
Give me your last name so I can have a real contact in my phone, like a human being.
Could you imagine if people on dating sites made their profile name what they were looking for?
They were doing that for a while. That's literally what Plenty of Fish was, right?
Really?
Yeah, they would have like screen names.
Plenty of Fish is weird. My mom had a profile up there once, and I didn't know this, but the profile picture was a picture of me and her.
Oh, we talked about this last time. Yeah,
that's right.
So
and then
funny.
one of my fans fucking was like, "Hey, I think I saw you." Yeah,
right.
and
That's
I'm like,
so
"Ma,
funny.
you got to take that down. Somebody's gonna date you just to try to like."
Right.
Get close to me. Like, no offense, you know what I'm saying? But, like, some of these guys would do that.
Yeah. I think rule of thumb is don't put a picture with anybody else on.
No.
Because you're leading the other person on to make a decision now who's the better person in the picture.
Right,
so if you're not the better person
like,
in the picture.
Like, look at me and my hot daughter.
Right.
That's
If you're
20 years younger than me.
whoever, if you're not the better person in the picture, you're out.
Yeah.
I think literally I think my brain works the same way. I think this is exactly what I said to you last time too.
Yeah. So now you want to make sure you take a picture with your ugliest friend.
No, not even that. I'm saying don't even do that. You just go solo. Yeah. I don't understand why people don't have solo photos.
What about pets?
I put my pet up by herself, and then people will be like, "Is that your dog?" And it's like,
no.
Yes. Right? Like, what the fuck?
It's my neighbor's dog.
Right. And then, but then people do that. People like girls will have it, and they'll be like, "Oh, not my kid," or "Not my dog," and it's like, "Bitch, find another photo. What are you doing?" But that's what I mean. So it's like I'll be in these. I don't know. I get it, and it's got to be me, obviously, because I'm the one getting in the fights, right? But it's like I just think I don't know who I'm punishing. I think I'm like so over the thing that I pitch these art, because it's like this is the other thing that happens as a comedian for 14 years. Girls think that making fun of you is the thing, and they're not funny. They're just not fun. Like, and it's not that you're not funny. It's like I don't know you. I'm friends with the guys on TV, so we're funnier. Mm-hmm. The thing that we do is on a professional level.
Right.
So now you're doing this negging thing, and it's just distracting.
Yeah.
And so if I agree with the neg, somebody will say something like shitty, right? They'll be like I don't know. They'll call me ugly because they think it's funny, right? So it's like if I agree with that, then they're not skilled enough to keep the joke going.
Right.
So then it becomes awkward.
They don't have a comeback.
Right.
It's like
so then,
you have to have enough to keep going back and forth.
Or I disagree with the premise of the fact that I'm ugly, and then it dies again too. So it's like just the whole flirting. It's a mess.
So obviously you could probably never date somebody that does not have a sense of humor.
No, I'm fine. I'm so happy to not be funny.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You just want to be like normal sometimes?
Yeah, we already have the outlet. You know what I mean? Like we don't.
That's what I feel like too sometimes.
Like LeBron's not home like shooting hoops in his in his garbage can.
Right, exactly.
He's got the outlet. He can do something else.
Yeah.
You get two comedians on a podcast, it's like talking about suicide for 6 hours.
Right. Yeah.
We don't need to be funny anymore.
Yeah.
We got the thing. I'm gonna go be funny at 10 o'clock.
Yep.
Okay, don't worry about it now.
Right.
That's kind of what it is. So yeah, I want somebody who I can have like a real thing with. And yeah, then people do this. The girls will be like, "I bet I'm funnier than you," or they'll be like, "Send me your video," and it's supposed to be cute, right?
Yeah.
And I get that, but they go, "Send me your video so I can decide if you're funny," and it's like, I don't even know how to respond to that. Do I send you my real video and then I'm actually vulnerable, and then you go, "Oh, you are funny," or do I send you some other absurd video that couldn't possibly, you know what I mean? So
yeah, but it's just an opinion. Realistically, it's
not
the truth. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's that person's opinion.
Yeah, but so it's like, so if you don't think I'm funny,
might not think you're funny, and this person might think you're the most hilarious person in the whole fucking world.
Was a comedian, I reject that premise, right? But because like as a comedian, our job is to be funny to everybody. That's and especially on stage. But it's like, but also it's like I'm not asking you to decide whether or not I'm funny. That's not the goal of this.
Right.
So now I'm in an awkward situation.
Yeah.
It's like if somebody was like, "Oh, hey, I'm gonna go on a date with you. Can you send me some of your porn?"
Right.
Can you send me? Right. It's like
no.
So I can decide if. So that's what I responded to the girl, and I was 100%.
I tell people like you either know Vicky or you know.
Right.
Me.
Right.
Like the real me. You know what I'm saying? Now the real me definitely has a lot of Vicky.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Vicky is not a made up person.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of my fans like me too, is because I'm not putting on a complete fake show or trying to build a brand around somebody I think that other people like. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I kind of did that in the beginning. When I first started webcanning, I kind of wanted to be like that, porn star, that bimbo-y type
Everybody
for
does
everybody.
this.
And then like slowly, without even really trying or noticing it, my real kind of self started coming out, and I was getting so much feedback on that.
This is so interesting.
I was getting, better shows and everything like that because I wasn't forcing it. I wasn't faking it.
Yeah, this is
and
why.
And then that process just kind of happened.
This is why webcamming is a lot like stand-up comedy. You can't fail. You can't just keep failing. You're going to lean into the thing that's working. Right. And you start by emulating somebody, right? Like I started out, and every joke that I wrote was like a Wendy Liebman joke because that was like who I thought was
who that is.
right. And but that's who I thought was brilliant.
Yeah.
And so every joke that I wrote was like some version that was very similar to her cadence and the thing.
Right.
And that wasn't me. And so eventually, and it didn't work for me because she's a very, very different person. And so eventually.
Wait, is that Wendy?
Wendy Liebman was a woman who was crushing it in the 90s. Took time off to raise a family. Then, like I want to say 10 years ago, went on like America's Got Talent, and they were like, "You're great," and I was like, "I know, she's been doing this for 30 years." Yeah. Like I thought it was like a tragic case. Everybody else was very excited, right? Because she's like, because the people that knew her were like, "She's back," and America's Got Talent's a big stage, right?
Right.
But for me, I was like, "This is the saddest thing." If I was at her level at like
and then you
in my 20s,
resulted in,
and then even didn't matter what I took time off for. Like that's a beautiful thing. Take time off, raise your family, right?
Of course.
But if we see Kevin Hart, that's the point. Is if Kevin Hart disappears for 10 years, and then we see him come back on as a nobody on America's Got Talent in 10 years, that's sad.
Yeah,
that's a sad case.
That's like worse than starting all over.
Right. That's what I thought.
Because now you're putting yourself out there on this like show where they're gonna like critique you, even though you've been to the top.
And I didn't say this is a perfect way to say it because I didn't say it then because I'm looking at the thing. I'm going, how dare you, Howard Stern and whoever else, and fucking girl from Spice Girls. How dare you judge Wendy Liebman the reason I'm doing comedy? Yeah. And so I tried to write that on Facebook, and Wendy Liebman was like, "What do you mean?" And so like everybody got piled on, and I was like, "I'm not doing this right," and now it sounds like I don't like Wendy Liebman. And I was like, it was terrible. I was not very eloquent about it. But anyway, so the point is, that's what's great about the webcam thing is like you're constantly like getting feedback to understand what works. Yeah. And with comedy and with webcamming, I think, and it seems like the more you're even if it's like a slight exaggeration of a character,
right.
Like the more you're in tune with what that character is, whether and a lot of it comes from you, the better you do.
Vicky is like an exaggeration of my true self.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta walk down the street with pants on. You know what I mean? So it's like you still got it. So I think we are all the things. This is what I've been saying lately.
I shot a foot job scene in the park in Queens.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Which park? I can't believe you. I was in Queens probably when this happened.
I forget what the name of the park was.
I'm so angry. I was in Queens like this week with the car.
Man.
It's so funny.
What the hell?
Worked out. But yeah, no, it's so funny. The
could have been you getting a foot job,
right?
In Queens. No,
this was the first boundary in this industry where people were like, "Hey, what are you doing now?" Like I get done with the podcast, like, "What are you doing now? Let's shoot some content." And I was like, "No, no."
Sure, suck my microphone.
No, that's not what. Because then I had all the dudes being like, "Why are you even doing this podcast? Are you trying to fuck the girls?" I'm like, "No." This is crazy. But
so you had a lot of propositions from models.
Yeah, it happens.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it happens. And just say no, ladies and gentlemen. Right? Just like drugs.
Say no.
Just say no.
Keep that line separated, man.
No, it just has to be off cast. That's all.
Yeah.
No, so the vibe of
never happened.
Never happens. So yeah, so I don't even know what's next. You just did FetCon's coming up, right? That's the next one?
Yes, FetCon is coming up.
FetCon, I heard last year was not what FetCon generally is.
FetCon is really ever changing.
Yeah.
It's kind of become more of like an industry gathering party more than a fans come to see you.
Interesting.
Type of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's more vendors, producers, models. There's more people that are in the industry that actually go than fans that actually come to see industry members like at an AVN or Exotica, for example.
Is it the layout of the thing, or do you think it's because it's a more taboo type of content?
I really don't know.
Like, do you think there's something to this idea that like, anything that's a fetish is like almost more personal to somebody.
Yeah.
So it's like in the sense that they sort of hide from, and this is my theory. I'm not saying that this is even necessarily true, but I think people that have these fetishes have built up this flavor and this taste because they're not necessarily getting to do it in their real life. So it's like, so then it's like there's a certain amount of shame that goes with it that I don't think obviously should be there, and I think it's hurtful. But so I think those people don't want to like show up and be like, oh hey, I'm the foot guy. I'm the foot guy.
Yeah.
I'm the watching the getting kicked in the balls guy.
I like hiccups. I'm the guy who buys the sneezing content.
Is that a one?
I like it when you break your leg. Yeah.
Are these ones?
Oh yeah.
Hilarious.
Sneezing.
Oh yeah. What's the
crying,
one?
So hiccuping.
What's
sprained ankle?
Sprained ankle. What is that one about?
Yeah.
It's just
I
like
don't know. A lot of the people that order these things or do live shows, especially for kind of the more taboo type fetishes that have to do with maybe like necrophilia and things like that are kind of.
So the broken leg thing is just you being taken care of, or you.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. A lot of these people won't tell you why they like what they like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had this guy for a long time that used to do these Skype shows with me, and we had done probably like 20 shows.
Yeah.
And we would. Talk casually for a couple minutes after the show. Well, what he wanted me to do was get in the bathtub, fill the bathtub up with water. He wanted the camera zoomed in on my face, so it didn't have anything to do with like me being naked in the tub or anything like that. Wanted the camera zoomed in onto my face, and then of course I had to go underwater and hold my breath for as long as I can with my eyes open. So after a lot of shows, I finally got up enough courage. I'm thinking, okay, we have kind of this connection now, and we've been doing shows for a long time. And so I asked him straight up. I said, so what is it about this fetish that you like? Is it the way that I look underwater? Is it a drowning thing? Is it a necrophilia thing? And he just ignored my question.
Oh, shit.
And then the next time we did a show, I kind of asked him again, and he just kind of ignored my question. So I'm like, okay, I can appreciate that. But I really wanted to know.
Right.
With the sprained ankle thing, I want to know, like, what is it about that? Is it the cast? Is it the hopping? Is it the crutches? Is it the vulnerability?
Right. Is it this
idea? Is it the fact that you wouldn't be able to get away? I
think it's something. I think it's something to the. For me, it seems like it would be something to the effect of like, here's a hot girl who needs me.
Yeah.
Because like that's not a hot girl thing.
Yeah.
To need you, the hot girl, every hot girl line is like, I don't need you.
Yeah.
It's every Beyonce line. I don't need you. I'll have another dude here in a minute. Matter of fact, he'll be here in a minute. You know what I mean? Right? It's like, you said, and
everything you own in the box to the left.
You say right, and it's like, and even as a dude, even as an almost 40 dude, it's like I still will believe. I will believe the thing. I will believe the thing where I like that you said it's a lie. I will believe the thing where they say, no, I don't need you, and it hurts every time.
Yeah.
Every time, yeah.
A lot of times it's true.
No, you said it was a lie. I liked it better when it was a lie.
Yeah.
Stressful day for me. I literally had to wipe all the data off of like all of my devices. It was like the craziest, like most annoying. And as a hoarder of text messages, like I literally have 14 years of text messages.
Don't even start with me. I've had the same phone number since 2003.
Yeah, that's crazy. So
I will do everything possible to keep that number because I'm like, what if somebody from 10 years ago wants to get in contact with me?
What if? So I still have all the contacts, but I lost all the text messages, which is just really. It was bogging down my phone for sure.
Oh.
But it's very because like my phone was like, hey, you're out of storage. What do you want to do? Do you want to optimize storage? And I was like half awake. I didn't know what that meant. Yeah, do that. And then I was like, excuse what?
Yeah.
So I didn't lose my photos, which is like the only thing that I'm okay with. But like. on the phone with
Do
Apple
you
for like
use
5
your
hours.
photos though after like?
Yeah, I always go through my photos.
Because what I used to do when my phone was full because of my photos, I would transfer them to my computer,
Yeah.
and then I would like separate them in all
But
these
I can't
folders.
even do that.
But then I don't do anything
Well, so
with them.
I'm all Mac, and sorry for the Mac people, but like
Mac sucks.
they don't sell computers with actual physical drives anymore. So
Right.
like you got like 500
AirDrop and all that
yeah,
stuff.
so now you got to figure out where to put it. So now you're paying
Yeah.
for cloud services everywhere.
Yeah.
And also the other fear that
or
I
you
have
could
is
get external hard drives like I do.
have that. I do have that. But also my other fear is like, so you send all the shit to the cloud, and there's a fair amount of like, this is 2019. There's a fair amount of nude shit I'm involved in. So you send that shit to the cloud, and I don't know. Now it's uploading somewhere. It's like, and now it's like somehow I clicked something, and now all my nudes are on Facebook.
Right.
You know what I mean? Who knows? I don't
You
know.
have nudes?
I got nudes. Yeah.
Hard or soft?
No, you don't send us. No, you. Okay, so it's kind of like it's. I don't know why it's like because I'm still in fight mode. It's like you
This
send.
is Dan's nude.
You send a semi-hard nude where it's like it's just depending on what you're going for, right? So it's like sometimes you just send a semi-hard nude that's just it's just able to pass as like a soft, and you're like, no, I walk around.
Then they're
like this. Like,
impressed.
there's no way you walk around like this,
Right.
But you're
Semi.
like, right, but because you don't
Wear
want
my
'cause you don't-
sweatpants,
'cause you don't want
too.
to send one. You don't want to send like a 90 degree
No.
at sun. It's just straight out, right? So you either go full on or you go just enough.
So do you send them unsolicited to people that don't
No,
ask
God,
for
no,
them?
no. And my nudes are not even like dick pics. They're like nudes. I'm like, yo, here.
full nudes.
Yeah, like here's me.
Okay, now I don't understand that because
No face.
and guys, no face.
No face. No, I got a reputation
Well, whatever.
to uphold. Yeah,
I mean, if you got
you're
abs,
beyond
fine.
face. Yeah, you're beyond face. You don't care because it's like.
But this is the
No
thing.
face.
Okay, if I was to ever want a dick picture, if I
Right.
was to ever get
You're saying you
turned
don't
on,
want?
I mean, I see so many
saying
fucking dicks I don't want to see.
Right.
So it's like
what I
it's
mean.
ruined for me now.
That's what I
Why would
mean.
I want a picture?
Right. So my thing is like because I conduct a lot of relationships from afar.
Yeah.
It's just something that goes, hey, we're not. This is the least eloquent way anybody's ever said it, but this guy that I used to do comedy with was like trying to. He was just like talking about his relationship, and he was like an older dude, and he was like something about how like how his wife would just make sure that he was completely empty and dry before he left the house. Like that was because he didn't trust him.
Drain him.
Right.
You ain't going anywhere with full balls, honey.
Right. So it's like, so there's some level of like, I like send me enough nude. Like the feeling is like send me enough nudes so that we're both not going looking for something.
Right.
Like we're both
like
just,
I want a complete spank bank.
Yeah. We're both just tired out from like jerking off to each other. Like that's the vibe, right? So yeah. So I've been able to conduct that.
I don't. God, I couldn't see a dick picture turning me on, honestly. But the thing that's even worse is like if you're gonna send your dick, at least send from like here down to your knees or something like that. Versus like just the dick.
Head on, straight on.
Just
dick?
just the dick.
Like a mug shot?
Yes.
No,
like
no.
Only the dick.
No. I have some.
It's like penises aren't that attractive. I'm gonna get more turned on by like maybe seeing some abs or like you know something like that in a sexy pose. But it's like all the dick pictures are like from here to here.
Yeah, no, I take exception because I have a gorgeous penis.
Like,
but no, so but the I have some of. And I talked about this on a different one.
I have a gorgeous penis.
Yeah, so I thought you were gonna skip over.
Is that what you think?
No, so I
That's what you claim?
so I have some of the most creative. I think artistic.
Do you put, like, glasses on it and
artistic
stuff? And
dick
a
pics.
beard
No,
on
that's
your
not. I don't
balls?
want a I don't want a funny dick pic. That's not fun. That's not. I would never.
I would appreciate a dick pic like that
But it's
over
not-
a fucking nasty.
No, because it's like a different vibe. I'm not trying to be. It's like I don't want to. I really don't want to mix sex and humor. I don't want to mix them.
Yeah, I can understand that.
It's like, don't make a joke. I just sent you my dick. Tell me, say,
Right.
give me a compliment immediately. I just sent you my dick.
Oh my
Tell me
God.
now. Yeah, it's like, no, you don't want to mix the two. It's tough, right? Because the vulnerability of men is so much more catastrophic.
So I have this new thing, actually. I've been doing it for a while, and it seems to be working fairly well. If somebody sends me an unsolicited dick picture, I send them a dick picture.
Somebody
back.
else's dick. Yeah. Yeah, this is a nice move. Yeah.
No, I'll show you.
Do you have the dick? You have a specific dick that you send back?
Yeah.
So you send back a dick that's so intimidating that like.
I mean, if they're gonna send me one, that gives me the right to send them one, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm at a loss for a second, okay? Because let's address this. So somebody on Twitter recently, this is hilarious. What happened to this guy's penis?
I looked up nasty medical procedures on a dick.
Yeah. What happened?
I
You
don't
don't even know what this is.
I have no idea. It's a flayed open
God.
cock.
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Yeah.
All right.
See?
All right.
So that's what you get.
Yeah,
Just
okay,
know
okay,
if
okay,
you send
okay.
me a dick
But-
picture,
but-
you're gonna get.
but-
could you imagine?
No. Okay, so we're in
Could
this.
you imagine somebody sending somebody a dick picture, being like, oh yeah, and then like, ooh, she sent
I
me
just
a
don't
picture
know.
back.
I don't know the
Whoa.
mentality of the dick pic guy who's like, I'm not
either.
getting messages back from this girl. Hail Mary. Here's my dick. Like, that's what it is, right? It's a Hail Mary. It's like, I don't know what else to do.
Yeah.
I'm about to lose this. But my
I'll never
sense is if I'm
understand
going to lose this.
But these aren't even people I know.
Okay, so
These
here's
are
the
like
thing. This is
randos,
on
and
Twitter.
maybe because I'm an adult
Is this on Twitter or what is this?
performer, everywhere.
Okay, so here.
Twitter, Facebook,
I do want to.
emails.
It's disgusting. I do want to. So I apologize. I do want to. I do want to address this because I saw somebody on Twitter the other day and I thought it was shenanigans. It's my new favorite word. Shenanigans. Let me ask you this. In the realm of, it's the same thing, right? In the realm of consent, if you're posting, not you, but whoever, if you're somebody who's posting graphic images on Twitter for anyone to see,
Right.
isn't that the same as me sending you a dick pic right out of the gate?
That's kind of like an open door.
Right.
To,
Well, it's like it's this consent.
Yeah.
So it's like so if we're just having a conversation, I send you a dick pic. That's not appropriate.
Right.
But if your like Twitter feed is sending out explicit images,
Right.
then you're almost
They almost think it's a
consenting,
compliment.
but you're almost
like, ooh, look at what you did
but
to
you're
me.
almost consenting to the same thing in response
Yeah.
because the response is the same thing that you sent out.
Yeah.
So I see a lot of people complain like, oh, I'm on here, don't send me unsolicited dick pics. It's like, isn't that the solicitation?
Right. Well, I mean, I guess you could ask, oh, baby, you make me so hard from looking at your pictures.
No, it's
You wanna
Twitter.
see?
No, it's Twitter, right?
Not just like,
no,
boom,
no.
dick pic.
Okay, let's put it. Let me change the term. So let's say I go on Twitter and I send.
I get it.
Yeah, but
you go to my page and I'm
no.
naked.
Let's say I write on Twitter and I'm like, yo, who hates Trump? Question mark. And then a bunch of people respond with things that I don't like, and I go, you're sending me unsolicited answers to my question, right?
Right.
Am I? Like, are they?
Right.
You've opened the consent window.
Yeah.
That's my concern.
I mean, that's fine. You know, anybody can send a dick pic.
Just don't get mad. It's like these people are blocking dudes that send dick pics.
I don't get mad. I get
Don't
even.
block 'em. But it's like if they send you one in your phone and you're just talking, it's like a normal thing. But if your whole Twitter feed is nudes and you get nudes as a response,
Yeah.
that seems the place to.
Yeah, I get it. I do get it. I mean, you know, and some people can argue, oh, well, you're, you know,
I get to do
a
whatever.
porn star, or
well,
you're this or
I
you're
get
that,
to do whatever.
so that
well,
gives you the right to.
well, the problem is they go, can do whatever I want. The person that whose feed is all news, they go, I do whatever I want, but you can't send back to me.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's fair.
Yeah. Well, I don't know why. It's never good to send a dick picture unless they ask for it.
Fair enough.
If somebody asks you for a dick pic, that is the only time you should send a dick pic.
I agree with that. I agree with that piece of logic.
Because most
stand
of
alone.
them look fucking gross,
Stand
too.
alone. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times when somebody sends me a dick pic, I just give them the honest truth.
But
then I'm fat and I'm ugly and I'm a bitch. So
right, it's right. Or you have a
hey baby, you're so hot. Look at what you did to me. Boom.
You can't afford
Oh,
pizza.
your dick
you can't
looks
afford
nasty.
pizza. You
Yeah,
can't afford pizza and you have a shitty haircut. The what was I gonna say?
That's why you can't afford pizza, because you just got your shitty haircut.
Right. I overpaid for my shitty haircut. I can't think of what my next point was. So what else? So the end of this tour. So you're in here. You go to Philly.
I go to Philly.
Are you booked up in Philly? What's happening?
I am pretty booked up in Philly.
Nice.
Yes.
And then.
And then home for a day, and then I go to North Carolina for the 4th of July.
Nice.
Yep.
Business or pleasure?
Both.
Nice.
I'm visiting a longtime friend who is a cam model.
Nice.
Actually, the same model that I went to Rutgers with.
Oh, nice.
They're a little partying over there.
Yeah, apparently off cast, I'm gonna get some juice, get some deets. Is she out of the game, as they say? Okay, you just don't want to pump her name on the thing. I get it. Okay, what else? Yeah, what? Okay, so I don't know. So your this is a different chunk for you to do the whole travel thing. What's the sanity of the travel? How do you like
sanity?
Yeah, how do you like
every fucking time I do it? I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah?
Am I nuts? No. Look, I look at it this way. I love to travel, right? So as long as I make it a business travel, it's a business deduction, right? Yeah. So I feel like I'm traveling and I'm working, and that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I'm doing something that I want to do, and I'm working along the way, and that makes it a business deduction.
Yeah, it's just interesting to me.
So it's pretty cool. But, you know, a lot of times something that sucks about working and traveling is you do have a lot of downtime, but it's like an hour or or two here and there.
Right.
So I go to these amazing places, and, like, I've been to New York City 3 or 4 times now, and I've still never been to Times Square.
No shit.
Or anything like that.
Well, if you let somebody know that you were around,
listen,
I could have been a good tour guide.
I told you I was pretty busy.
Yeah. So the yeah, I get that. It makes sense. Well, but honestly, and this is my opinion, but this is why I don't stay in hotels. Is because this is what happens. You stay in a hotel and you get so disconnected from the reality of the place that you're at, because you can just hide out. Like
this is true.
When I only go to places where I have friends, family, things like that. I crash with friends, crash with family, and it gets a little bit annoying over a long period of time, right? But it's like that's why I only stay in some place for like a day or two,
right?
And then you bounce, but you're way more connected, because it's like they bring home the drama of the city,
right?
So they're like, "Do you hear about this fucking thing?" Like in Cincinnati, and you're like, "No, what's the thing?"
Yeah,
and now all of a sudden,
like, oh, right down there,
I got all this crazy information about Cincinnati that I wouldn't otherwise have because I'm here.
Feel like you're like connected.
Yeah, you go to a hotel, like dude, you go to a hotel here, like these people won't tell you a thing about this town.
No.
These people don't even live here.
No.
You'd be like, where do you go to eat? And they're like, oh, we got a restaurant right here. And you're like, fuck you.
No. I already looked it up on Yelp. It's only 3 stars.
Right.
I went to Poke Bowl.
Okay. Poke's taking over. Yeah, you're in the, so because you're in a campus section, you're in sort of a trendy chunk.
I do. It's funny that you mentioned that, because I was thinking that the other day, and I'm like, God, I've traveled to so many great places, but a lot of the times I'm either stuck in the hotel or I don't want to go exploring by myself.
Yeah.
So I can say, oh, I've been to, let's say, Denver. Okay.
Right. And then be like, what's your favorite thing about Denver? And you're like, room 11?
Yeah. I don't know. You know? But that's also has to do with traveling by myself a lot too. I like to travel with other people as well, but
I hate it.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to get schedules together. Like, what if somebody wants a session with you at this time and me at this time, and we're sharing a room, and like it's too much to get. And I'm like, I'm a lone dog, man. Like I like doing. I'm never scared to like travel or do things by myself. Some people always need somebody.
Yeah, I'll invite somebody to a show. I'll invite somebody to a show, and they'll be like, "Oh, my friend canceled. I'm not coming." I'm like, you're coming to see me. Come to the show. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And people freak out when I tell them I just go to dinner
by
myself.
Right.
Like, what? What do you do? I'm like, what do you mean?
I
eat?
always go to eat by myself.
I don't want to deal with the other stuff.
Yeah.
And travel with somebody else. Even when I do the road stuff, I figured it out. So the guys that'll open for me, or we like figured out that and everybody's like, the culture's a little different. But there's one guy where we would just, we would make sure that we were linked. Wow. That's the worst revenge I've ever. So
you're welcome.
He would make. Yeah, now we've just become a fetish video.
Yeah.
Dude burps, girl burps, dude burps. That's the title of the video. Two humans, 3 burps. We would link back up at 6, right?
Yeah.
But then we do the show, and then it was like he would wake up in the morning and be gone until 6.
Yeah.
Whatever city we were in, I wouldn't ask him any questions, and we just show
right.
Because like we're just gonna do our own shit.
Right.
He's got his own process. I got my own
Right.
process. It's and the only thing we actually need each other for is the stage time. So
yeah.
There's something to that. It really is.
Yeah. There are benefits to traveling with other people. But yeah, for me, it's much better. Just I don't have to like work around anybody else's schedule.
Right.
I can have everything set up. I'm like a very particular person.
Yeah.
I was joking today because even if I'm staying in a hotel for one night, I will legit unpack my suitcase.
No shit.
Put everything in the drawers. Oh yeah.
No shit.
Yeah. I can't have it in the suitcase. If
Yeah.
I'm in the room, it's out of my suitcase, even if I'm staying for one night.
That's even great. Well, I guess that's pretty okay. That's your only bag?
Yes.
That's pretty okay. I've streamlined everything to the point where it's embarrassing because I literally like this is what I wear.
Yeah.
Jeans
Simple.
and black shirt.
Right.
So I don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
But it's like it's almost
You got a stain right there.
This one? No, but what's funny is that's all that happens. Is that I get a stain and then I just chuck it because it doesn't matter.
Stain.
I know, but I literally just threw one out, so they're probably so it's just as likely because all I do is comedy and cook.
Yeah.
So then I'm like cooking a steak and I go fucking and trash.
How do you eat your steak?
Rare.
Oh, still mooing.
Rare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only time I liked and craved bloody steak was when I was pregnant.
It's not bloody. I don't know where these people are getting their meat that is bleeding. It's not bloody.
Well, I don't know.
It's not bloody. No. I also don't know. It's like this is the thing I always try to say to people because you live in the Southish, but so it's like it's this idea that like if you like your steak well done, you don't like steak.
Right.
Do something else.
I was always a well done steak eater when I was a kid.
do something else.
Now I get it medium, but
Yeah.
I'm very picky. I only eat fillets because I don't like
Yeah.
any like fat marbling.
Yeah, no. I'm the
stuff.
opposite. I want all fat, and then
Yeah.
I want it, and so I want it. I literally just want. I cook it until the fat starts to like bubble.
Yeah.
So good. That's my diet. My diet is just fat and veg.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've maintained a lighter weight than even like sort of when I was in like high school, and that's when I was like heavy working out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's yeah. I will talk.
Yeah. I never liked the steak like that, and then when I was pregnant, about 3 or 4 months into my pregnancy, we went to a steakhouse, and I was just like
give me raw
salivating.
Meat.
Like I needed raw meat, but I'm
great.
also anemic, so my iron's low anyways.
Yeah.
And when I was pregnant, it was even worse. So I was like, oh my gosh. And what would have made me literally puke before was like I was like eating. I was like slurping that like blood or whatever it is, you know, off the thing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, cool, all right. So I like, medium rare steak now.
Yeah.
So had my son, whatever. We went out the first time we went out to the steakhouse or whatever. Of course, now I like steak medium rare. So I order my steak medium rare. I took one bite and I almost threw up.
Yeah.
I was like, ugh, I can't do this.
It's done.
So it was just about being pregnant and like craving that iron.
Yeah.
It was the weirdest thing, man.
It is interesting. I see this a lot. It's like your body tells you a lot of things, right? So it's like when it's depleted, because sometimes I'll fuck up and like I have my dog, and sometimes I'll fuck up and I'll just like because she eats in the morning, and then now we're on this one bowl system. So it was like we had 2 bowls for water and food, and so now I just do the food and then do the water. So sometimes we come back after something, a run or something, and I like didn't fill the bowl, didn't fill the water bowl, and then and like she's like hovering around, and then when I finally remember to do the thing, she knows to drink. Like she knows because her body's telling her she's got to drink some fucking water, which is weird because as a human being, I never really feel like, oh, I got to drink some water. No. Right? But the dog, she knows. Yeah. Like her body knows that she does the thing. So it's the same kind of thing. It's like, when when you're pregnant and your body wants you to have this thing. Yeah. It's like, no, I need
That's where the cravings come from, I guess.
I need it. Get it in there. Get it in there.
Yeah. I didn't crave pickles. I didn't crave ice cream.
Right.
I craved
blood,
meat. Yep.
Raw meat. That's cool.
And yeah.
My sense of did your sense of smell change?
I don't really remember.
No. So I would venture a no then, because I'm at such a level of smell lately that like I'll be like, do you? And like I'll smell something that hasn't happened yet. Does that make sense?
I'm good.
I'll smell like the burnt.
I'll smell something that hasn't happened. Yeah. You like smell a fart before somebody farts. Yeah, like, and then you'll be like, is somebody about to pass gas?
Hold on. That's funny. No, but bigger than that, it's like I'll smell for
Who's it coming from?
I'll smell food that hasn't burnt yet. But now it really is. Like I remember the mark when I was like, what the and it was like because nobody else. Like the other day I'm in a steakhouse and the other fucking day, bro. I'm at this fucking steakhouse. Okay. And bada bing, bada boom. I'm smelling this fucking thing. No, I'm smelling burning plastic. Yeah. And nobody else around me is smelling the burning plastic. And I'm like, I'm convinced that there's like somebody put something in one of the candles or whatever, or like the outside of the candle's getting burnt. But anyway.
Maybe you're pregnant.
I'm pregnant. This was the whole reason we did an hour so that I can announce that I'm pregnant to the listeners. Okay, so how do we follow you? How do we pay for your porn? How do we do the things? Shout out to Spunk Lube real quick. Shout out to Demon Seed Radio.
Oh yeah, Demon Seed. Bobby Whitney, what's up? Hey, Spunk Lube. Spunk Lube actually sponsors my fetish ball every year too. They send a huge half a gallon of lube for each, the king and the queen. I got so much
lube in the mail. I don't know what even I'm like coming up with new uses for it.
Yeah.
Like I generally beat it dry. I'm a dry guy.
Yeah.
And so now I'm like, let's try the lube. Let's try the lube. I got all this lube. Let's try the lube. But yeah, I'm a dry guy. Okay, so sorry. How do we pay for your porn? How do we find you? How do they do the thing? How do we support you?
I have a really awesome website.
Yeah.
That's been up for maybe a year or two now. TheRealVickyVixxx.com. So my name is spelled VickyVixxx. If you just Google VickyVixxx, it will pop up. All my things will pop up. VickyVixxx.
Cool. All right, that's it. It's that easy?
It's that easy.
And then how do we, Instagram, Twitter? Where do you want people to find you?
I have Instagram. I have Twitter.
All the things. Anything you don't participate in? Etsy? You have a Pinterest?
Pinterest? Like, what is the point? Okay, I've never understood the point of Pinterest.
I think but I also think that the people.
It's not like a social media thing. It's like ideas that you like pin to boards and shit.
Yeah, well, here's the thing with Pinterest is like, so I was trying to convert a van or a truck or an ambulance into a tour bus the last couple of years. And so I'll go on there and I'll see these images, but then it's just like 4 images and I can't. So if it was Instagram, then I could find more pictures and like really like, but it's just like a couple things and I don't know what happens next. So I click on it and but all the people that are on Pinterest probably are having this conversation about Instagram. They don't get it. They don't get Instagram.
I mean, Instagram's just photos. I mean, it's all just.
Oh, you're explaining Instagram. So Instagram. Here's what Instagram is. Instagram is just photos. Facebook without the wall.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So cool. All right. Well, so follow the lady. Anything else you want to talk about in closing? Anything that's just like fucking in your head that like. I came here and you were my therapist. I just unloaded all my shit. Dating,
I've got some new jokes. I've been thinking of some new jokes for the next time we do stand up comedy.
That's the thing I'm annoyed about. I had a show on Tuesday. You could have been in the show.
What the fuck?
I don't understand.
No, that would have been a lot of pressure though.
No, it would have been fine. Literally, this show would have been a non-pressure show. But also, I would have created an event completely around you if you would have told me.
Yeah.
So we got to figure that out. So
to be me.
So what else? What's on your what's a closing thing that's on your mind that you like? You're like looking at life and you're like, why is this a thing? What's like a big hang up this week? Like what's been the most difficult thing about this week?
People that want to see me, but they want to wait until I'm in their city to book. Like, look, I work on a schedule, okay? And so I promote myself. I promote where I'm going to be for months in advance.
Right.
And I'm getting ready to leave for my trip, and I'm like, God, I've only got a couple of things booked. Like, this kind of sucks. But, hey, at least I'll have time to hang out.
Right.
And then all of a sudden I get to the city, and then it's like I've got 20 emails from guys wanting to book.
Right. Oh, you're here.
Right.
Right.
But I get it's like the here now thing, too. Like,
well, New York
this
especially.
guy doesn't know what he wants to, do 2 months from now. He's not going to know, I want a foot fetish, instead of shit. But that's one of my pet peeves is like, God, man, can't you just book?
All right. Well, so book.
In
so
advance?
fucking book ahead of time.
Book ahead of time,
for
man.
Christ's sake.
Yes.
All right. Well, cool. Thank you so much for being on the podcast. Thank you for being my first repeat guest.
Oh.
This is like episode 110.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Nobody listens still, but it's a lot of fun.
Well, I mean.
Thank you to my guest Vicky Vixxx. Thank you to my listeners.
To fuck the girls, anyways.
All I do is fuck all my guests, guys and girls. You can check us out on iTunes.
At the same time.
Google Play, Podbean, wherever their podcasts are, we're there.
Apple Music.
We got some stuff on Apple Music is iTunes.
Oh.
Yep. They don't stream the podcast. It's separate. But you can download it. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Google him.
We're on YouTube. We're on all the things. Check us out. I started uploading these to Pornhub in the safe for work category. So yes, check that out. Thank you guys for listening, and we're gonna bombard us with some comments about how we need to get VickyVixxx back at the porn star